name's Ted Boehm. I was one of the original members of what came to be called the City Committee that was formed in the 70s to address the then problems of Indianapolis, which were a lot more severe than the current problems in many ways. And it was an entirely different approach than has been being brought by Velocity. We really were not inclusive at all. It was a small group of people who attempted to bring the people who were in the various positions to move the levers, whether it was in the legislature or the city-county building or the private philanthropic sector or private business sector, to get them all to play nicely together. But it was essentially a top-down approach rather than a bottom-up. And I think the approach Velocity is taking today is obviously the correct one for this day and time. We're proud of the results we achieved, and we're happy to have a higher base for you to build on, but you're going at it the right way. You couldn't replicate what we did, and you shouldn't try.
You know, I think for me, it's the fact that we can't be insular in our thinking. There are a lot of other cities who are approaching this effort. Many of them have plans in place already or are in process. So while what we're doing with Velocity isn't unique, it's necessary in order for us to keep our competitive edge when we think about attracting and retaining talent and what are some of the amenities that those folks want. This is keeping diversity and inclusion alive in the city. Those are all very important elements, and I think that's what I liked about Lee Fisher's presentation, is that he gave us that context and perspective.
I am Molly Jeffers. My full-time work is at the Madam Walker Theater Center, and I'm on the steering committee for Velocity. I'm really excited about this plan. I'm really happy that this was a public event, and that people are able to come in now in the early stages and give their input as to how they can be involved in the planning of downtown, and how they can, voice their opinions on what they want for their own neighborhood. So I really like the dot idea. I really like the different areas in which people can, say how they feel and kind of say what they want. So I'm excited about the plan. I think we're on the right track. I like how he talks about each city having their own identity. Every city has their own kind of thing. And Indianapolis, I think we're on the brink of finding more of our personality and more of our edge and what we can sell to families and new college grads and visitors coming into town. So I think it's a chance for Indianapolis to kind of say, this is who we are, this is what we want to be, and this is why you should love us.
Lilly has a long history of encouraging people to be involved in this city. I think you look at a lot of the boards, the not-for-profits, the community boards, you're going to see a Lilly person in service to that organization. In this particular effort, we have someone serving, I believe, on every sub-steering committee as well as on the steering committee. And we're doing that because, one, our people want to be involved in the community, and two, the company wants our people involved in shaping this community. Well, I think it is, like business, you have to have a strategic plan. You have to have a direction. You have to have a vision of where you're going and what's going to get you there. And so I think this Velocity, it's time for the city to bring the various interests together that all are moving in a common direction and have a plan that we can all point to say this is the direction we're going as a city. And when we move together in a direction as a city, as evidenced by the Super Bowl, as evidenced by so many other great things we've achieved, we do remarkable things for our people, for our city, for our state.
What excites me about Velocity the most is the collaborative nature of the project. Really bringing together all the downtown stakeholders, but reaching out beyond that and incorporating feedback from the community as well. This really is a broad community effort to figure out what is best for our future. Much like the leaders of the community 20 years ago created a vision for downtown Indianapolis, Velocity is really bringing together a broad array of stakeholders to say now what's next to take it to the next level. And I'm really excited to see what a great collaborative effort can generate for Indianapolis in the future.